Hello, people of God. Come on in. Come on in. So I was led and was expressed that it was time to really come on here and give my testimony, my experience and journey right into the devil's hands, my NDE, my near unaliving experience. So, you guys, this is going to be in parts because it's drawn out. However, I'm going to go into much details as I can, and I'm going to start off by leading you up to exactly what got me to the point to where I almost lifted up my eyes and held. Okay, I guess I can start here. It's part one. Okay. Pull up a seat, you guys, and let me first express that I was raised in church, okay? But as a child growing up, a lot of my newer years in my youth, it's kind of a blur, and I will work up to that moment, the reason why it was like that. Of course, growing up, I had no, understanding of this. But a lot of things I don't remember, but I do recall, being in church a lot and rebelling against God in a way, because being in church, no one could help me understand the things of God. I was very curious growing up, and I had a lot of questions, and with that, no one really had any answers for me. And, I've always just been curious growing up. That's just my nature. Even now, I am daddy's baby, for sure. I ask a lot of questions. I'm still like that to this day. However, starting there, the reason why I'm starting there, because I had a lifetime of, like I said, curiosity. And during this, I met a lot of NDEs. I really did. Of course, when I couldn't get my questions answered, I would question and challenge these theories myself, and it would lead as a child to very dangerous moments. And I basically almost unalived myself a few times. I would have been one of those innocent child in the tabloids, accidental unaliving. Yeah, I would have been that person. But by the grace of God, I am here to tell my testimony and hopefully to help someone else and to keep everyone from the pits of hell if I can help it. That is not anything I wish on my worst enemy. So first, starting off, that as a child, we were thrown into the system. Our parents had lost custody of us at a very young age. Two of our siblings were unalived. And from my understanding, even though, a lot of relatives won't be completely honest about it, but it was through ritualistic sacrifice. And of course, it's just one of those things in the house, in our households that, hey, what goes on this house stays in this house, and it's just better swept under the rug and better kept, private and secret, other than just being honest to help someone through it, or help them understand that this is why your life was shaped this way. Okay, so starting there, like I said, two of my siblings were unalived, and we ended up being thrown in the foster care system. My foster parents would very much dress me and my sibling up, me and my oldest sister up like Barbie dolls, and we would go visit our mother. The state was still trying to give her, a chance to be in our lives and everything. And basically, when it was all said and done, she chose a man over us, basically our father. And at that point, her rights were lost. And during this time, at the time, my foster mom, when she was allowing us to visit our mother at the foster care system, we had an individual there who was the management over the company, over the system at the time, and she had a sister who would see us because we would dress alike, and she made up her mind and determined she's one of those, if she see it, she wants it, she goes for it, and she's gonna make sure she gets it no matter what. So we were one of the first set of children that ended up in the system to where the state pretty much was splitting. At the time, the department was putting kids in separate homes, and they were splitting the money off. And my foster parents decided to go up against the state and sue them to win us back. But of course, they end up creating a false report about them. They paid their lawyer off, got their foster home shut down to where they lost custody of us, and we were placed in the home of the people who were doing this frauding of the system. With that, we were illegally adopted, and after that, like, it just went down from that. We spent a lifetime of being abused, basically, in a home that we were never really wanted. They were keeping the money, and no one really ever believed us. So we started off in basically a system of rebellion and being rejected and everything. So this is how we spent the next few years, basically being mentally and physically abused, and something to this day that our adoptive parents would never admit to. It's our word against theirs. It's, even though we have plenty of CPS records, plenty of records and proof, and even the body proof and medical records of this, but of course they didn't believe us because we had the appearance of money, and there's no way you guys are going through this, and because you guys have too much, you have everything you could possibly want as a child. So every concern that we possibly had, or crying out or reaching out, it was always swept under the rug. So like I said, yeah, basically no one ever believed us, and anyone who did try to help, they would either end up losing their jobs or we'd never see them again. So we just spent a life of rebellion, basically. So considering these videos are only 10 minutes long, I am going to leave it there. So I was just trying to lead you guys up to basically what happened and led me on my journey into the hands of the devil. Okay, I am going to end part 1 there, but if you would like to know more, please hit that like, hit that share, and hit that follow, and I will continue this series. Stay tuned for part 2.